Hey guys, Alex here, and today we're opening packages. It's a fender, obviously. We got little touch-ups here and there. That'll buff right out. We're still gonna prime it, so it doesn't really matter too much. But this is awesome. New fenders in, so we can actually start putting the body back together. No dents, no dings, no scratches. One fender. Yes, looks like it belongs, so it must. Paint. eBay paint, but paint. Pearl base coat. O2C. That's the one. This goes right here. It's a headlight bracket. Give me 1 second. Yes, it appears to be what it is, and so it is what it appears to be. A headlight bracket. And it's OEM. Right. So yes, obviously, this one's gonna replace that one. Not me, the headlight. That headlight replaced that headlight. Good. I personally think this one looks way cooler than the OEM, which, don't get me wrong, the OEM does look nice. But if you don't agree, I don't care. Not your car. So I was actually thinking about putting the headlights in and it gets mounted something like this. But I don't know if we should do that yet because we still have to paint the bumper. And this gets attached, sorry, not the bumper, the fender. We'll get to the bumper. This gets attached to the fender or something like this. So in order to paint it, I'd have to, unless, now let's throw them on. As for the bumper, I did buy a front bumper. It's secondhand, but it is original. Someone tried repainting it and they forgot to use this thing called primer. So this all just pretty much peels off by itself. We're still gonna have to take these off before we paint it. And I would take this off, but don't know if you know or not, it's actually molded and is part of the bumper. So you can't remove this, you can only tape it off when you paint. So I'll have to do that. Get the rest of this off, sand it down, prep it, get it ready, then paint. They didn't even do a good paint job. It's got leaks. Hold on, let me try and focus that. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. Clear coat leaks, and leaks there, and leaks here, and leaks everywhere. Back to the headlights. It came with instructions. I like instructions. It makes life easier. But I have to remove that piece. But first I have to find that piece. It says, remove this accessory from the factory headlight and install it on the modified headlight. There's just one problem. Factory headlight is in the bye-bye pile. I need to find it. I don't even know if that part survived. I don't see it. Give me a sec. I found my bye-bye headlight. Which part was I supposed to take off? Because if it's anywhere here, that might be a problem. So the part they're talking about is actually on the front of the headlight, the little red dash dash, not dish. And it's talking about this little rubber piece. However, I don't think we really need it, so we're just gonna install it without it. All right, let's take it apart. Okay, so the first thing you actually have to do on these is unclip the harnesses. I actually, nice. I found the paperwork to this car, and turns out I bought it for 5.5 times cheaper than it actually cost from the dealer. From the dealer, it runs about $22,000, roughly. Some more, some less, depending on the mileage and the year. But for a 2014, I checked this on KBB as well. For a 2014 BRZ, it's roughly 22 and a half. So I ended up buying it for 5 times less than that. To fix it up, it's cost me $2,500 as of right now. Still need to buy a hood, still need to buy primer, still need to buy a bunch of other stuff. But with that, I'm still gonna come out 50% less, even more actually, than what this car originally costs. So it actually pays to buy wrecked. Here's the other thing. If you ever wreck a car, don't recommend it. It doesn't feel good. Been there, done that multiple times. When insurance comes to take your car, take out all your personal information. I mean, I got the guy's name, his address, because it's all the dealership's paperwork, social security number. I could, in a sense, take over his bank account. Not that I would, but I could. Maybe. Not going to, but just an interesting thought. Oh yeah, you undo bolts and screws there, and then you undo the same thing here, and then I think it pops out, but I don't know. This isn't a how-to. Wonder if I should make a how-to. But I'm sure there's other how-tos. Well, it's still sticking. Oh yeah, I need another one of these. Oh, the price for rebuilding it just went up. There's something here. Oh, it's right there. Alright. That's not gonna work. That's not a 10. This is a 10. Extension piece. Check. I might be able to weld that back together. We'll see. It's always better to repair than replace, unless it's irreparable, but I think that's repairable. Right, after that, good. Anything else? In there. Yes, I forgot to unclip the harness. That's one. That's two. And the light is out. I think I'm gonna resell this. Does anyone want a left headlight? Oh yeah. I've got bad news. Well, bad news for me. This isn't plastic, which means you can't plastic weld it, which means bill just got a little more expensive. That's okay, it's like 15 bucks. But I still have to wait for the new one to come in. Well, that's a shame. Really want to put the headlights in today, but that's okay. Another video, another time. Just have to wait for that thing to come in. We're still waiting on the steering wheel airbag. We're still waiting on the seat belts. We're still waiting for the clock spring so we can put the airbag in. Wait, we have the airbag. Bought it secondhand, just like the front bumper. Just like the dash, actually. Buying secondhand is way cheaper than buying from dealer most of the time. Or buying off junkyards, stuff like that. But the dash does look bada bing, bada boom. Almost can't tell I was ever in an accident. Sorry. Anyways, let's just move on to the fender. get the fender in. Then we can actually start rebuilding or fix the, I don't know what this is even called, radiator support frame, maybe? It looks like it's pushed in from the top, but if you look on the other side, it bends in and comes out, and then it goes back in. So what we can do is actually grab a pair of pliers or some and pop this out. Same with the crash bar. Since it's not structural, nothing is bent, nothing is kinked, we can just pop that out, and then it'll be good to go. Then once we mount this, we can work on the front bumper, get this ready to be painted again, tape everything off. And we're still waiting on the hood. I ordered one, but the shop said that it was broken, so they couldn't fix that. So now we're looking for another one. Hopefully we find one soon. And the windshield. I forgot about the windshield. Yep. This is from the airbag. When the airbag blew up, it blew up. Well, it didn't blow up, but completely shattered my windshield, and that will not pass state inspection. Here's another fun fact. If you build a wrecked car, before you can drive it, you have to get inspected. And if you don't pass inspection, you can't register it. And if you can't register it, you can't drive it. So, let's move on to putting the fender on. That looks right. Well, hi there, bud. Hi. Hold on, I'm recording. Right, so we got the fender on, but we're having a little bit of a fitment issue right here. So if you open it, it ain't supposed to do that. And these little scuffs right there. So we're gonna have to unbolt it and move it back. Okay, now when you open the door, doesn't touch. Fender's good. Fitment's good. Time to move on. This one came in the mail last night. This did. So this is the clock spring for the steering wheel. But in order to install this, I'm gonna have to take off the entire steering wheel. So let's get to that. So before you go digging around here trying to pull things out, you kind of have to disconnect the battery first. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is take out these two. So pop that one off, pop the second one off. This comes along with the clock spring, so you actually can't remove it until you get the clock spring. How are you going to do that? Take a 17mm socket and let it rip. Just like that. And then, just like that. Cool. And then you're going to have to take these off. But it didn't. Okay. Disconnect that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay, pin right there. Pin right here. Pin right here. So two on the sides. One there. One there. And there's another sensor right there. Okay. Now I put this one in. Just slot this in. Hold on. I'm actually missing that green sensor. Okay, so for a second there I actually freaked out because I thought these were different even though they look identical. But this right here is the steering angle sensor, and it actually pops off of the clock spring with just a few tabs that it's connected by. So one right there, one right there, and then just pry that off and open, and it just comes out. So this all just gets tossed in the trash. Can't reuse it ever again. This, on the other hand, is just what we needed. Simple replacement. Snaps in and rock and roll. So this is the sensor that came out of here. That goes in like so. I should probably remove the tape before install. So okay, got that. Then yellow sensor goes in. That one pops in. I believe that's all the sensors. And then it just, there you go. Align everything up. And that's your clock spring. Then we can go ahead and reattach this bad boy. Feed these through wires through the top. Slide it back on straight. It was straight, wasn't it? Something like this, maybe? Is that off to the side? Wait, was it like this? Or was it like this?
Like that?
Or was it like... I think it was like this. Okay. Snap that back down. Snap this back in. What? Okay. Actually have to put this in before we put the steering wheel in. It all clips together. Like so. Then you got the two screws. Feed that. Center it. Get it started, and then tighten it up. Good. And reinstall. Reinstall. So this is the horn signal. Attaches right to this little sucker. It's in. Black to black, brown to brown, orange to orange, and so on. Pop that up, put it in, clip it down, pop it up. Come on. Clip it in, push it down. Nice. And then goes in just like it came out. It's 1, 2, 3. There it is. Airbag's in. So we're actually coming up to the point where we're not gonna have to take stuff apart. Obviously, just put in the steering airbag, but we still have the window. So this is going to be coming apart. We're gonna take this off, take the windshield wipers off, not the fluid, and then cut the window out and install the new one. That's gonna be in the next video. I know it doesn't seem like I've done a lot, but trust me, it takes a whole lot longer than you'd think to actually take everything apart, put it back together, and wait on the parts. Like I said, we're still waiting for that headlight bracket, we're still waiting for the seat belts, we're still waiting for the SRS module. Once that comes in, I can completely finish the interior and then move and just focus solely on the outside.